Hey everyone, today on People Now, Tiger King star Joe Exotic's husband, Dylan Passage, parties with his friend from Too Hot to Handle over Memorial Day weekend. We have details.
MaryKate Olsen makes headlines for her new divorce filing.
Actor Lamorne Morris shares how co-star Vin Diesel was a real-life superhero on the set of Bloodshot.
Also today,
not speaking French is a big no-no.
Marcia Gay Harden tells us what she learned on the set of her new period drama called Barkskins.
Plus,
you just have to commit to it and then get up and go.
Revenge Body star Autumn Calabrese gives us 3 workout moves to keep you fit at home.
All that and more today on People Now. Let's go. Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. Welcome to People Now. Hope you had an amazing Memorial Day weekend. It was really nice here in Wisconsin. I'm Andrea Boehlke, by the way. Jeremy, how's it going in New York?
Hey guys, I'm Jeremy Parsons. Yeah, here in New York. It's great. And yeah, Andrea, we had a fantastic weekend. We were out of the city, hiking 2 different days. It was just such a relief to be in nature and take deep breaths of fresh air. It's like back to those simple things that really do make a big difference these days. How about you? Was it a good weekend?
Yeah, did a lot of horseback riding. The sunsets here were incredible. It was really nice. And we have a short week this week. So, it's
even
great
better.
all around.
It's already Tuesday. Let's get going with this. Here's what you need to know and what's trending today. We begin with Tiger King star and Joe Exotic's husband, Dylan Passage. He joined Too Hot to Handle star Bryce Hirschberg for his 30th birthday celebration. This was over the Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, the two were with a group of friends on a boat in Marina del Rey, California. Both stars shared a few pictures and videos of the gathering to their Instagram stories. In one picture, Passage is seen kissing Hirschberg on the cheek.
Hirschberg's rep tells People that the two met because Passage's manager is the same as Frankie's from Too Hot to Handle. So Passage and Hirschberg then connected on Instagram. They've been hanging out together in LA, and that rep also revealed that Passage surprised Hirschberg by coming to that party.
Los Angeles is currently asking its residents to take precautionary measures to stop the spread of coronavirus by staying home, staying 6 feet apart, and wearing masks, which it does not appear like Hirschberg did with his party guests, but the rep insists that they took other precautionary measures.
The rep says they had 15 people on the boat at a time, max, with people switching on and off throughout the day. That rep says that they also had someone clean and do temperature checks before boarding, and explains that everyone else hung out on the dock and beach area. Bryce made sure to have his birthday over the course of 2 days so that everyone could attend and enjoy the time on the boat.
Although Passage is currently living it up in Los Angeles, the Tiger King star is continuing to stay with his husband, Joe Exotic, as he serves a 22-year prison sentence. Passage told us in April, quote, "I'm not going anywhere. Joe was there for me in my darkest moments. I'm not going to just abandon him when he needs support more than anything." And he added that he still loves his husband 100%.
MaryKate Olsen has filed for divorce from Olivier Sarkozy a week and a half after her emergency order for divorce was denied. According to court documents obtained by People, she filed in New York County Supreme Court as soon as courts reopened on Monday after closing amid the coronavirus pandemic.
Chief Administrative Judge Lawrence Marks announced last week that the electronic filing system in New York City's 5 boroughs would reopen on Memorial Day. And according to the Internal Business Times, courts would be accepting new lawsuits and divorce filings.
The couple who got married in 2015 did not see eye to eye on several issues that ultimately led to their split. According to a source, one of the main issues was whether or not to have children. Sarkozy already has 2 adult children from a previous relationship and did not want more, while Olsen did.
Another point of contention was their different lifestyles. A source told People that Sarkozy is a party boy and a big spender who loves the high life, while Olsen is more reclusive.
Another source told People that Olsen's commitment to her work also led to disagreements with Sarkozy. Olsen is a fashion designer who runs 2 clothing brands.
Former Bachelor Peter Weber gets his mom's stamp of approval on his girlfriend, Kelly Flanagan. On Sunday, Barb Weber shared a photo on her Instagram posing with Kelly and her younger son, Jack's girlfriend, Christine. The banner beneath the picture says, "Girls Rock," and the caption has a lot of heart emojis.
Yeah, you may remember this OMG moment from the latest season's The Bachelor after the final rose, where Barb did not hold back on her views of Madison when she and Peter initially tried to give their relationship a chance. But it seems Barb has different views of Kelly, for sure.
Yeah, Peter gave fans a little glimpse into his relationship with the former Bachelor contestant by sharing a sweet photo of the two on Monday. He called Kelly in the caption his little ray of sunshine. And although they didn't end up together when the show ended, it was obvious to Bachelor Nation that something was there.
Yeah, and by sheer coincidence, Peter and Kelly met at a hotel in California a month prior to taping that show. Their connection from the start was palpable, and in March, amid the COVID-19 pandemic, Peter flew to Illinois to stay with Kelly during isolation. People confirmed weeks later that the two were officially a couple.
Last week, Peter opened up about his unorthodox relationship with Kelly in a cameo video message recorded for a fan's birthday, saying in part, "Obviously, we'll see what the future holds for Kelly and I, but I think it's a beautiful story. Definitely a beautiful love story of what's yours is yours and will always come back to you no matter what."
All right, in more couples news, Priyanka Chopra Jonas is reflecting on her first date with husband Nick Jonas. On Monday, the actress shared a photo from the special day on Twitter. In that picture, both are rocking blue baseball caps at Dodger Stadium in LA. She captioned that picture, quote, "2 years ago today, we took our very first picture together. Every day since then, you've brought me endless joy and happiness." She added, quote, "I love you, Nick Jonas. Thank you for making our life together so incredible. Here's to many more date nights."
Shortly after Priyanka posted the sweet snapshot, Nick shared a photo of them both posing in cowboy hats, and he tweeted, "This beautiful woman and I went on our very first date 2 years ago today. It has been the best 2 years of my life, and to think I'm lucky enough to get to spend the rest of my life with her is such an incredible blessing. I love you, babe. Happy 2 years."
As of now, the couple are self-isolating together amid the coronavirus pandemic, and they are finding new ways to stay creative. In an article written for Vogue, Priyanka shared how she and Nick have been encouraging each other to, quote, "sharpen our creative skills and develop projects we want to produce." She also said that she makes him give her piano lessons.
I love it. But not only is Nick an in-house piano teacher, he's also an in-house physical trainer and an in-house writing partner. Priyanka said she's been working on her book a lot.
All right, Vin Diesel recently played a superhero in the film Bloodshot, but it turns out he was a real-life superhero in a different way when the cameras weren't rolling.
So actor Lamorne Morris, who starred alongside Diesel in the film, chatted with journalist Sharon Carpenter on her Instagram live show called Let's Go Live and revealed what happened when Diesel spotted a racist incident going down on set while filming in South Africa. Watch this.
I remember working on the movie and we had the transpo guys or something, I forget who it was, they were moving stuff off of a truck. And they were all, it was hot. It was really, really hot out. And they're all like dark-skinned black dudes. But the white guys were chilling. And I just remember Vin walking up and he's looking and he goes, and he was so pissed at this sight. I'm not gonna say what he said, but
give us a roundabout paraphrase.
Look at how how they're treating black people. Okay. They're treating them like black. And wow. And he went off. And he put his foot down and was like, this ain't happening on my set. He's like, if one person's working, we all working. You're not gonna sit here and watch them do all this stuff while they're literally busting their asses while you guys are just sitting down there smoking a cigarette watching them. You know, we're trying to get the next shot and you guys are chilling. And he sent somebody over to like have a little talk in their ear, and these guys jump to it, and then Vin just goes, "We all work." He goes, "We all work," you know. Yeah. And that I really took my hat off to him for that, because I didn't even clock that. You know, I clocked it everywhere else I went in South Africa, but I didn't clock it on the set. And I saw that, I was like, man, that's kind of crazy. Wow. Now, not to say that
speaking up.
Yeah, and not to say that that was exactly what was going on, but the optics just didn't look right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And because that wouldn't happen in a lot of places, and I'm not 100% sure they knew that was their intention. Yeah. But he just didn't like the optics of it and was like, no, not here.
Well, I love that Vin Diesel stepped up. And by the way, when Vin Diesel tells anyone to do anything, you're going to do it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was already a really big fan of Vin Diesel. Now I'm an even bigger fan. It's such a great story, and really glad that Lamorne shared it.
All right, today's story to make you smile comes from one proud father. Earlier this month, Jay Hanlon, who describes himself in his Twitter bio as a fierce father and disability inclusion zealot, tweeted this special note about his daughter graduating from college. 24-year-old Rachel, who has Down syndrome, graduated from California Institute of the Arts, and Jay named himself the proudest father on the planet.
This is so sweet. Rachel was the first student with Down syndrome to be enrolled at the university. In a statement obtained by People, the president of Cal Arts stated in part, "We are fortunate to have Rachel as a member of our community of artists here at Cal Arts. Rachel makes us better.
Jay's message to Rachel was met with praise by thousands. The positive responses are ultimately what Jay and his wife Laura hoped people would take away from their daughter's story. Jay explained that he wanted everyone who has Down syndrome or knows someone who does to, quote, understand what is possible, to understand that folks with Down syndrome are full-fledged people with an incredible range of abilities and potential, that given the opportunities, they can and will accomplish extraordinary things.
Although Rachel has faced a number of challenges along the way, Jay says that Rachel never let it stop her from achieving success.
All right, stay with us. Celebrity trainer Calabrese is showing us some exercises we can do right at home. Plus, Marcia Gay Harden plays one tough cookie in the new Nat Geo series. It's called Bark Skins. We're talking with her about all that and more, including why her daughter decided to start an art commune. Stick around.
All right, soap opera fans, you're going to absolutely love this. Entertainment Weekly's EW Reunions United at Home is reuniting the cast of All My Children in support of Feeding America's COVID-19 Response Fund. The special 5 episodes feature interviews from your favorite All My Children stars. Take a look.
Welcome to the Entertainment Weekly cast reunion of All My Children.
I cannot believe how good looking the Santos family remains.
I just feel like All My Children really did have beautiful family connections.
I always wanted to be on a soap, and all of a sudden, here I am getting slapped by Susan Lucci.
Aren't we all so lucky to have been given these storylines?
I still smile ear to ear when I think about it.
We'll all come back and do like a 10-episode series of show.
New episodes will air on PeopleTV and EW.com starting today through Friday.
All right, you might be taking this time at home to learn to cook or even bake. Why not try your skills baking some cookies, some banana bread, some muffins? You can bake up a storm, but you might want to pay attention because you could be overusing the flour.
Yes, it can happen. Thankfully, John Cannell, founder of Preppy Kitchen, has a simple tip on how to measure the right way. Take a look.
I can't tell you how many times I've had people come to me and say, I followed a recipe to the T and it turned out X, Y, or Z, either like dry, dense, crumbly, just things going wrong. And the deal is they mismeasured the flour. Let me show you what could happen if you just went ahead, used a measuring cup, and scooped a cup of flour. I'm gonna level it off. And let's weigh it on a kitchen scale. I zeroed out the measuring cup, so it's not measuring that, just the flour. 166 grams. Does that seem like a lot to you? Flour should weigh 120 grams per cup if it's all-purpose flour. That is a lot of extra flour we packed in here, and I didn't even do like the whole really press it in there and scoop it. I'm leveling it off, which you should always do as well. If I press it in more, it's 180 grams now. That's crazy. That's so much flour. It'll make all of your baked goods really dense and just totally change the texture of it. So what can you do? Well, first of all, you can use a scale. Scales are so easy to use. They eliminate a bunch of dishes for you because you're not, washing all these measuring cups. But what they do is give you a precise measurement every single time. So you can just add the flour in there, ready to go. If you don't want to go to the market, here's what you could do. You can use the fluff and scoop method. I want to show you that right now. Now I'm going to show you how to measure flour if you don't have a scale at home. This is so easy. It takes a few extra seconds, but it's worth all the while. So take your flour, I put it in a bowl so you can see it, and just fluff it up. Fluff, 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 fluff. You're packing a lot of air into the flour. You don't want to tamp it down. And then sprinkle it in. So you're fluffing and you're sprinkling. This isn't something you really want to rush. Sprinkle it in. And then you'll have a little mound on top. Go ahead and use a knife. Just cut into it and move it aside. The whole thing is that you don't want to pack the flour down. Let's measure this out. I zeroed the scale out for the measuring cup. It's 123 grams exactly, so that's totally fine. You could have a little bit more flour or a little bit less flour and your recipe will turn out. You don't want to have 50% more flour because that is a whole new recipe that you do not want to make. I hope you found this tip helpful. Thanks so much for watching and happy baking.
Celebrity trainer and fitness expert Calabrese has a new podcast called Let's Do Life with Calabrese. She joined me to talk all about it, as well as what it was like working alongside a certain Kardashian on Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian, and so much more. She also showed me 3 great workout moves to do right at home. Take a look. What was the inspiration behind your podcast?
I've actually been asked to do a podcast for years by my followers, my fans. I'm sort of known for giving some tough love, but also motivation within it. And so people were like, we just want to hear more. And it was finally the right time. We started talking with Podcast One, which is who my podcast is with. And it was just the right fit at the right time. We actually ended up launching the podcast 3 months earlier than it was supposed to launch. We really scrambled when all of the shelter at home orders kicked in. We were like, this is the perfect time to sort of be giving advice, be giving motivation and inspiration. So we really, we rushed to get it done, but it's out there and it's been doing great. So I'm having a lot of fun.
It's so true. People are really looking for content right now, especially when it comes to fitness and health, which you talk about on your podcast, but you also just talk about life in general. Are there aspects of your life that you were wary about talking about at first, but now are more open to it?
You know what? I try to be an open book for the most part. The only thing I don't talk about is like dating life. And that's more because of my 11-year-old son, and he gets really bugged by it. So I just don't talk about that. But like the second person I had on the podcast is my ex-husband, who is one of my great friends and my personal assistant, and it blows people's minds. So yeah, I try to be really open about it. I want people to realize like, I'm a normal human being. I have hard things too. My son has struggles. He was homeschooled before any of that, like all of this started happening because of some learning disabilities and things like that. So I try to share that so that people really realize like, okay, she doesn't live like this pretty perfect picturesque life. She struggles too. And all of that is tied into our fitness and our nutrition. Because a lot of times we like to make excuses. Well, I'm too busy or life's too hard. And so I feel like if I share my struggles and show people like I can stay consistent through all of it, then you can too. So I try to be really open about it.
And people know you from the most recent season of Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian. What surprised you the most about working with her?
You know what? She's fantastic. And she really didn't, I guess if I had to say if anything surprised me, it's just how much she cares about the people on that show. Like, she really does want to see them improve their life. She really does want to see them get better. That's what she's all about. And even though I kind of got that sense from watching seasons past, it was really inspiring to see it in person and to see how invested she was in that.
All right, and right before we get to the workout, what do you think is the biggest mistake that people are making right now when it comes to being in isolation, wanting to work out, but not being able to push themselves to?
Again, we're giving excuses, so I'll give tough love, which is people are saying, well, I'm stuck at home, I don't have equipment, I don't have access to my gym, so I can't. And they're using it as a reason why they can't do it. And there's so much that you can do at home. I mean, that's what I've built my career around. I spent years training in gyms, and the last 7 years of my life have been creating at-home workout programs that are designed to get you amazing results in amazing shape from the comfort of your own home with minimal equipment. So you can do it, you just have to commit to it and then get up and go. You know, set that alarm clock, get up and get it done first thing in the morning.
All right, so now you're gonna teach me 3 workout moves that everyone can do from their own homes.
So our first move is a Buddha squat to a flamingo. So what we're gonna do, it works the legs and your core and your glutes. You're gonna step your right foot back, so you're on the ball of your right foot, keep your core tight. You're gonna bend down like you're tying your shoe, so the right knee taps the ground. Now press up through that left leg, come all the way up to standing. Hands come by your ears, and you're gonna take a little tilt forward, and then you're gonna come back and tap the foot. So if we take it up a little bit with our speed, we go down into our Buddha, we press up through that left heel, and we take a tilt forward, and we stand up. And you should feel that all down the back of your leg, in your butt, your quad, your core, everything fires. If you're doing it with no weights, then you wanna go 15 reps on each leg.
Okay, great.
If you're holding weight, if you were holding a weight at your chest, then you could go a little bit less because you're pushing some weight around there. Next move, we're gonna work our core, but even in working our core, we're gonna also work our shoulder. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down into a side plank. So my hand is directly under my shoulders, my hips are stacked. Take the top arm up in the air, and you're gonna crunch, and you're gonna tap the toe. And you're gonna crunch, and you're gonna tap the toe. So that's all we would do. It's a side plank knee crunch, and you get to work your core, your shoulder, even your back and your lats are engaged. And it's that easy. And same thing, we would do 15 reps on each side. If somebody's newer, they can go down to their forearm so they have a little bit more stability. All right, we've got a power move to end it off. So these are what I call super cross jumps. So your feet are hip width apart. You're gonna squat down. What you're gonna do is you're gonna kick yourself in the butt one leg at a time. So it's gonna go right, left. So it goes right, left.
Oh.
It's like a little hop. So we're really exploding. It's designed to get the heart rate up. And what you would do is you would do 10 to 12 leading with one leg, and then you go to the other side, 10 to 12 leading.
Wait, that's like not perfect. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it takes a split second to get it in your body, especially when you switch sides.
Woo!
But it doesn't take much to get the heart rate up. It doesn't take much to start breaking a sweat. You can do it from home, you guys.
You can listen to episodes of Let's Do Life with Autumn Calabrese every Thursday on Podcast One, Apple Music, and Spotify.
I have kept my ears open as you have asked. I don't know what you and Mr. Cook are up to, nor do I care, but I will have my payment now.
National Geographic's new series, Barkskins, examines the mysterious massacre of settlers in the vast wilds of 1690s New France that threatens to throw the region into an all-out war. Starring in the series is actress Marcia Gay Harden. I chatted with Marcia about the show and her character, but before we got into all of that, she shared with me what her family's been up to while in isolation. Take a look.
We had one of those drive-by honk parties, and I think that we've just gotten all really crafty. That's what we've done. Like, I got into making soaps, and my son made a dress, my daughter made a skirt, we're baking. My son's doing some crazy. Are you a Harry Potter fan?
Enough to be considered. Yeah, sure.
We're Harry Potter addicts. We love Harry Potter. And so, we're building Lego things, and it's just like, we're just doing whatever we can to stay creative and stay busy. And yet I'm sure there's there is restlessness. We kind of want to be able to
move about a little bit. Hey, so how did the soap thing come up? I thought that was pretty interesting. Making soaps.
I don't even know why or how. There used to be some great soap makers in the area, but I think I just saw something on YouTube and I was like, that looks really easy. It's literally melt and pour. It's called melt and pour. And I love flowers. My mother was a Japanese flower arranger, and so I always collect flowers and dry them in something called silica. And then I decided I'm going to try making my own soaps because, you see beautiful, beautiful soaps. You melt it in the microwave, you color it, you scent it, and you pour it. That's what you do. And
really cool.
It's just about how creative you want to be.
Yeah, and a great time to kind of get into that. One more thing, and then we'll move on to the show. But you mentioned the 16-year-olds, and a lot of people, a lot of families dealing with no graduation or no end of school, that sort of missing birthdays, like you said. Have there been big events that you've had to kind of mold? You mentioned like the honk drive-by birthday thing.
Jeremy, that's a good question. There's three. There is the 16-year-old birthday. And now because they're 16, there's the fact that they should be getting their driver's licenses and everything's shut down. And what I found about both of my twins is that they are actually far more capable of surrendering and accepting what they're not in control of than me. I'm the one who's resisting it. How can we get by this? What can we do? And they're like, Mom, this is serious. My oldest daughter graduated from Bennington in Vermont this year.
Wow.
And she was, I'm not gonna lie, devastated that she isn't having the graduation. And it's less about the walk across the stage. It's really more about when you graduate as an art student, you have a showing and you show what you're doing. And then you get to confab with people, with museums, with other people. And she doesn't get that entrance. So I think about this class of 2020. First of all, they should say 2020, we did it. Like, they should always need to be like WTF. But I think that they had doors shut on them, whereas usually you have doors open for you. Doors shut, and now they've got to work that much harder to make it. So what she did is my daughter gathered 7 other students from Bennington, and they went to our place in the Catskills where there's a pottery wheel and a kiln and like a rustic shop, and they finished the school year there and they made an art commune. And
wow.
It was so cool. And I kind of look at it and I go, okay, they've got an edge to them. They've got street cred to them, this graduating class, because they've gone through something that we could have never even imagined.
Marcia and I then got into her new show, and she shared with me what specifically drew her to this project and role. Take a listen.
The book. I love Andy Prue, and I was reading the book anyway. And then when I heard of Scott Rudin, Elwood, and Nat Geo is a pretty big hook as well, just because they're iconic, and you know whatever they're doing, it's gonna have some human importance on some level. So that was key, because my character wasn't in the book, right? And so Elwood, when we started talking, he was talking about this character, and we just got into conversation about it. And I loved the down and dirtiness of what was getting ready to happen in the 1690s village. And then he kind of wrote this woman that was just really an amazing, tough cookie. And she's an older, it's really interesting actually, there's two women's voices that are strong in that village. And they're both older women. One is a nun and the other one's me. So he's like redefining kind of women in power and sexuality. Because my character can't have a baby, obviously, she's too old to have a baby, but she has power, and he's letting her kind of be sexy like the men in the village want her. And I loved what I started reading. She has some line where she says, I will club your balls into your belly if the screws there. Like, okay, who doesn't want to say that? Just tell me who doesn't say that, right?
Yeah.
But it is an exciting story. You've got these two through lines where you're wondering, do you conquer nature, or do you live in harmony with nature? And it's the story of the haves and the have-nots. And of course, the haves are probably the ones who end up trying to conquer nature and use all of the resources, and the have-nots are the ones who are having a kind of morality that we admire, but they're not necessarily getting ahead. So it raises a lot of questions, and it is a massacre.
The show was filmed in Quebec. I was there with my family recently, told her about that experience and how fantastic it was. She told me what it was like filming in the Canadian province and explains why you need to know a little bit of French before visiting.
It's really beautiful, but you totally understand the genesis of this conflict by doing Barksons. I mean, I think if I was just doing anything in Quebec, I would have been oblivious to certain things. But for instance, not speaking French is a big no-no in Quebec. And you could even go in, and I was playing around with the idea that Mathilde smoked, so I went into a 7-Eleven and I asked for cigarettes. I said, excusez-moi, cigarette, s'il vous plaît. Ne comprends pas. I don't understand. Cigarette, s'il vous plaît, cigarette, cigarette. Ne comprends pas. He had to call somebody else out who listened to me, and he goes, cigarette. Like, oh.
Like the subtlest nuance in the pronunciation.
But it harkens back to this conflict. I mean, it wasn't too long ago that they were still trying to establish themselves, right, as independent. That was, I think, in the early 90s. You were 4 at the time, so you don't remember. But I was shooting some stuff up there, and there was a big conflict, and everyone was all up in arms about the fact that they were. The word wasn't secede. It wasn't. I forget what the word was, but it was about them separating, from the rest of Canada, an independent nation.
We went to a wedding there last summer in Quebec City, and it was beautiful. The people were amazing, and we got a little dose of the history there as well, and it was fascinating. I'm excited for this show, and I just really appreciate you taking some time for telling us about it.
Crazy good when you went there, though?
Well, oh, amazing. It really was.
This is
honestly, everything about it was amazing. And Quebec City itself was very much like this little, just this quaint little village that felt like you were in a time capsule.
Yeah, it is a time capsule. But the food is so good that it was dangerous to stay any longer.
Everyone, be sure to watch Bark Skins. It's going to air back-to-back episodes for 4 weeks every Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern on National Geographic.
Actress and TV personality Debi Mazar is known for playing sharp-tongued female characters.
Yes, that's right. She's the latest celeb to join Lola Oganaike on PeopleTV's Couch Surfing to take a look at her past roles. Watch.
You are a spindly, weaselly, prickly,
Oh my
and I
God.
swear to God, if you print that bad hair, if you see, I'm gonna do everything in my power to ruin your f***ing life. I'll see you back at the office, Christy, all right?
All right.
Stay on top of that dude.
Shauna was a lot of fun to play. I mean, I was a series regular from the beginning. I was kind of almost like embarrassed by my dialogue because I curse, and I obviously have the ability to be a complete trash mouth. But some of the things I would say would completely make me blush.
A lot of people thought the show was extremely misogynistic, but you and Constance Zimmer had two of the strongest characters on the show. I mean, was that one of the reasons you were drawn to Shauna, because she was so strong, she was such a force?
No. I mean, I didn't know. With TV, you don't know what they're going to write. I took a job to make money. I mean, he wrote a really strong character, but that set was very testosterone driven and misogynistic. And there was days where it was hard, but then I would just go into Shauna mode and go, you know what, you, bye, you know. But I mean, at the end of the day, my job is to deliver, and that's what I do.
You can watch Debi Mazar dive into more of her past roles on the latest episode of Couchsurfing on PeopleTV.
All right, coming up tomorrow, actress Tracee Ellis Ross is sharing with us how she made her dreams of singing a reality with her new film, The High Note.
Plus, Rob Gronkowski and Venus Williams are putting their bodies to the test over and over again in a series of insane athletic challenges for CBS's upcoming series, Game On. They're telling us all about it. Stay safe and healthy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.